watching the late night news. Well, just a week after a prisoner escaped from the Pudal prison, are there no lessons learned by the officials? NDTV Hindu witnesses what could have easily been another great escape. Well, this is the real scene of a constable from the Malapur police station taking a warrant accused who is handcuffed to the Saidapet Magistrate Court on his motorbike. Well, he blames it on the lack of conveyance allowance to take the prisoner. The police assistant in the pillion is helping the constable save transit. Traffic cops on Mount Road arguably understand the plight of the trio as they go about their duty. Quite difficult to spot the difference, isn't it? Well, that's a culprit caught and almost let off. But here's news where there was no catch at all. Catch the culprits or face the music is the lesson for one of the top officials in the city today. The Chief Metropolitan Magistrate has issued a contempt notice to the Deputy Commissioner of the Central Crime Branch for failing to file an FIR and not taking subsequent action against a leading mobile service provider. The Magistrate Court had asked him to file the FIR and a report by the 30th of December in a case seeking action against the service provider for sending unsolicited SMSs which are obscene by law. Well, this afternoon, a 31-year-old small-time actor Shobana committed suicide at her residence in Kodurpuram. Her body was found hanging from the ceiling by her mother, who lodged a complaint with the police. The police report she claims that her daughter Shobana hanged herself because she was apparently suffering from acute stomachache. The actor did have a medical history of chikungunya and police have now moved the body to the government hospital for post-mortem. Well, could telecom giants lose 2G license? They were given by A. Raja. The Supreme Court gets down to work. The top court today issued notice to the centre on the plea seeking cancellation of 2G spectrum licenses allocated during Raja's tenure. Now, notices were also issued to 11 companies which allegedly did not fulfill the rollout obligations. The Apex Court also issued the notice to Telecom Regulatory Authority and made it a respondent in the petition. And amidst all these controversies, the CAG today stood by its report on the 2G spectrum allocation.
Both of us have sought the cancellation of licenses allotted by Mr. Raja on 10th January 2008. In Mr. Prashant Bhushan's case, it was singularly focused on that. I had an additional interlocutory application which was that Mr. Kapil Sibal should be restrained from dealing with this matter anymore because he is functioning in a way to protect those who got these licenses in an illegal way. The court took very serious objection to the fact that the TRAI, the Telecom Regulatory Authority, which was appointed for the purpose of protecting the people and the consumers, has done nothing for such a long time, and therefore directed that TRAI should also be made a party in the proceedings, and therefore they have directed that both of us amend our petitions so that TRAI is included. I have also been asked to make all the telecom companies which got the licenses as a party, and then the matter will proceed.
Moving on, the opposition in Karnataka is determined that the assembly will not be allowed to function. Opposition leader asked for the House to be adjourned and a shouting match followed, with Law Minister Suresh Kumar raising a point of order that an argument order could not be allowed at that stage. The opposition is taking on the BJP state government on the issue of alleged corruption during the land deals, and the recent Supreme Court panel findings on the mines owned by the Reddy brothers will also add fuel to the opposition's campaign. Well, the traders in Lasalgaon at Nashik in Maharashtra have called off their strike and will resume their trade work tomorrow. And this after the government cracked down on onion traders in India's largest onion market in Nashik had stopped trade. Now, the traders in Lasalgaon were protesting in the state government's directive that onions should not be sold beyond 40 rupees per kg. Onion prices, meanwhile, have dropped in the city. Stocks are coming in from Gujarat and other places in Maharashtra. Onions that were selling at 30 to 50 rupees a kg are selling at 20 to 40 a kg today. And in news from the Assam-Meghalaya border, the Garos set a village on fire and firing has been reported in the night as well. Army personnel apprehended 100 rioters, including a Garo Students' Union functionary. Now, after 10 days of violent ethnic clashes, an officer from the Home Ministry will visit Assam, and central troops have reached the Assam-Meghalaya border. The number of deaths have risen to 9. Several villages have been torched and trucks carrying supplies set on fire. Thousands have been displaced in ethnic clashes between Garos and Rabas. And moving on to some news from the markets now. Well, for a second straight trading session, it was a sea of red on the Dalal Street, with concerns such as inflation, commodity prices and possible rate hikes weighing on the minds of traders. The markets were witness to broad-based selling. Well, late selling by institutional investors pushed the markets even lower, and all sectoral indices were operating with deeper falls. The capital goods space saw the steepest falls, and other areas that took a hammering were realty, banking, auto, metals, oil and gas. The Sensex fell by 467 points. The Nifty, meanwhile, closed at 5,762. Experts are, however, hopeful of a turnaround after IT bellwether Infosys announces its Q3 results later this week. Well, with too many in hand to juggle, and Srinivasan is willing to choose chess over cricket. More on that in just a moment.